Hey guys, it's Brittany and today I have another art video. Today I'm going to be doing the style challenge. This style challenge was started by Beautifulness87 on Instagram, and it went viral and it's been really popular for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I decided to go ahead and do it. So I'm going to be using my Copic markers and my Col-Erase, Prismacolor Col-Erase pencils. I've already drawn my composition. By the end of the video, this thing will be cut up and rearranged because the drawing in the middle I wasn't too happy with. So I started off by showing you guys my sketch that's in the middle, and now I'm just gonna go ahead and start coloring. The color I used for my skin as kind of like the base color was E11, which is Barley Beige, and I went over it in different layers to make it darker. I still haven't like completely mastered or figured out the exact color for my skin tone, so I'm just playing around with different colors for that. I just started using Copics in January or February, so I'm still kind of somewhat of a beginner when it comes to Copics, but I've been drawing for years, so I kind of transferred my knowledge from all these years of drawing to Copics, and I really love them, and I want to just keep practicing and learning as much as I can with the Copics. And here's some real-time footage of me coloring the hair. I'm just flicking this color away from me just to get kind of a tapered mark with the hair. I first put down the red color, which is Prawn, and then I went over it with I think 2 other red colors. I'll put all of the colors that I used in this piece in the description box for you guys, as well as the paper and everything that I use. These are all self-portraits in the different styles. So I was thinking about the cartoons and stuff that I watched as a kid, and I decided to do Disney, Daria, Hey Arnold, and later on I'm going to do Rugrats. And I'm also going to be creating myself as a superhero from Marvel or X-Men, because that's what I used to watch in the 90s. I used to watch the X-Men animated series. So I got the chance to make myself into a superhero, which was a lot of fun. So back to the Disney character, I added some ultramarine in my hair to give it some depth and some darkness without using black. And now I'm using one of these, I think this is a Pentel pen. I'm really not good with the names of these pens because I got it from Jet Pens from a suggestion from Adrian, and whatever this pen is, it'll be in the description box for you guys. But I went ahead and inked this drawing after doing my Copics, but next time I'm going to start doing the inking process first and then do my Copics. I just see everything better when I ink it first instead of doing the inking afterwards. But I really love the way she turned out. I think she's like my favorite out of all of them, but the other ones look nice too, but that one's just super cute. And now on to the Marvel superhero inspired one. So with this drawing, I had to observe how they draw women in comics and stuff. They're usually, they have fierce facial expressions. Their boobs are usually really huge, so I wanted to emphasize that. And I wanted to give her hair some movement, so she has some hair coming around her shoulders and her back. It actually looks like she has a bob, but her hair is actually behind her back and it's kind of flowing in the wind. And as you can see, I kept certain things all the same throughout each portrait. I kept my hair red because I had on a red wig when I was using a reference photo, so my hair's red throughout this piece, and my hoops are kind of my signature, so I wanted to keep that in all of my portraits. And her top was super cute, but I didn't want it to look like she was just like a Fashion Nova. She was wearing Fashion Nova clothes, so I wanted to put her neck thing on. I don't even know what that is, but it looks more like a superhero, so that's what I did. And I started off with a medium tone blue, and then I went over it with a darker ultramarine to give it some depth. And I left the center parts of her chest a little bit lighter so it would look like it was shiny, and I think that turned out pretty well. And her hair was getting a little bit too dark, so later on I lifted it with the colorless blender, and I did that a lot with the Hey Arnold character as well. So the Hey Arnold character was inspired by Sheena, the character Sheena, and from what I remember, she was like super sweet, and she was tall, and she was kind of, I don't know, she was kind of a sweet spirit. So I felt like I kind of connected to Sheena a little bit. And figuring out the nose was kind of hard because I was like, they portray the noses of like the black characters different, but I feel like I kind of have like a long nose, kind of like Sheena, like a big long nose like Sheena. So that's why I kind of looked at her facial features to kind of emulate mine. So her hair looks really, really dark in comparison to the sketch that I had, and Adrian actually said he preferred the Hey Arnold original like preliminary sketch over this one, but I feel like sometimes when you sketch you're uninhibited, so you're not scared to do things, but I still think this one turned out pretty nice. A little side note, while I was doing this piece, I finished up season 2 of Daredevil. I watched all of Jessica Jones in pretty much a day and a half, and then I watched Stranger Things, which was highly suggested by like everybody, and I enjoyed every show that I watched while doing this piece. And now on to the Daria drawing that I did. I've always enjoyed Daria. Her personality is just super cool, and this character looks super cool. I wanted to include my glasses in this piece because I do have a pair of red glasses. I just think this character looks really cool. No, I colored this one first, and then I went over it with ink afterwards, and it's just a simple drawing, but it looks so cool to me. Yeah, so I feel like every character that I portray has a little bit of my personality. Sometimes I'm more of a Disney Sheena character, sometimes I'm more fierce and strong like a Marvel character, and then sometimes I'm cynical and stuff like Daria. So yeah, everything kind of is a part of my personality. And then I'm not going to spend too much time on showing you guys the My Style drawing in the middle because I'm not going to use that in the final piece. Like, it's a nice drawing, but the face just looks so awkward to me. Like, I hate how that looks. The hair looks awesome, but the face doesn't look that cool. So yeah. So I'm moving on to doing highlights with the white Sakura Jelly Roll pen, and I also used the Uni-ball. I'm not sure exactly what the name of it. I'll put it in the description box, but I use that to give highlights and everything. So I really like the Uni-ball one a lot. The Sakura one's not bad either, but the other one is way better. So this is how the original piece turned out. I mean, it's a nice piece. I just was not comfortable and satisfied with the face in the middle, so I cut all the pieces out. Okay, so this is my new My Style piece. I drew it off camera with using the Col-Erase pencils in blue, and then I inked it using one of the pens that I'll put in the description box. I really need to learn those names. So now I'm just starting off with the E11 Barley Beige, and then I'm building on that color to make it darker. And then with this piece, her hair is really dark, but I'm in the highlighted areas I'm going to put red, so her hair will still be a red hue. So My Style, I feel like it is more on the realistic side, but lately I've been more inspired by more cartoon animated drawings, and that's kind of where I think my style is going towards nowadays. So I think this was a really good challenge to explore different styles. After I colored it, I added some highlights with the Uni-ball pen and the Sakura Jelly Roll, and then I cut it out with a X-Acto. Yeah, And I had to kind of Frankenstein the Daria piece because half of the side was kind of cut off, and so I put it on top of a piece of cardstock, and I just kind of carried the drawing over so it would match the rest of the drawing, and then I just colored it in. If you run your hand across the surface of the paper, you'll feel like the two different textures of paper, but I still think it turned out pretty nice. And now I'm kind of cleaning up the pieces I've already drawn and kind of reestablishing some lines and stuff like that. And then I cut out my style piece with an X-Acto knife. And I decided I wanted 6 characters, so what I did was I drew a self-portrait inspired by Rugrats, and I used Susie as a reference to draw my portrait. Yeah, this was probably the easiest one to draw. I think I probably drew this in like 5 to 10 minutes, and the coloring process was easy too because it's just kind of like flat color, not much, you know, dimension and everything as far as the colors go. So I'm just going to be drawing it, and then I'm going to ink it on camera, and then I'm just going to color the skin tone because my camera died. So I told you guys my battery died from my camera, but this is how the final piece turned out, and I really like it. So what I did was I took 2 pieces of the FanBoy illustration paper and glued them together, and then I positioned all 6 of the characters on there, and then I put different blocks of color in the background, and then I decided that I wanted stripes in the background. Originally I was gonna color each one, but then I just used my Col-Erase pencil to do thin blue lines, and it kind of turned out like notebook paper. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could do like a pretend like this is a piece of notebook paper that I sketched all this stuff out on. And so I did some doodles and I wrote some things down, little notes, and had a lot of fun with it. So that's all I did as far as you know, changing it, and I think it turned out really good, and I'm happy with it now. Like, I don't feel like I did with the original version. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up this video if you enjoy art videos. Please watch my other art video. I'm going to try to put more on my channel in addition to my beauty and hair videos. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.